Welcome everybody to Friday. I wanted to set you guys' weekend off right. We got a great guest today with Rob. Get you guys set your weekend off in a bang. So thank you everybody for your support, for showing up. Those that are catching the replay, you guys are in for a treat. So I got a couple of treats coming up, and Rob is gonna set us all off here with a bang. So I appreciate him. I appreciate those that are here. Harry, Victor, Riz, Carlos, all you guys' support. I appreciate you guys. So with that being said, Rob, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you? There's great people in this room, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like to think so. I like to think so.
Absolutely.
They're still coming in here a little bit. So Rob, Riz tells me you're the legend, man. So for those of you that don't know you, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, where did you come from? How'd you get started? You know, what are you doing now?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Robbie Rizik, and I've been doing SEO digital marketing for over about 15 years right now. I all started it by photography, and then I went to large format printing and design and web design. And then one thing led to another. Then about 7-8 years ago, I decided to go more into digital marketing and focus just on SEO and stuff, and similar stuff like digital marketing only. And then after that, I started my Rizik Ad agency, and I learned a little bit more the last 3 years of trying to learn more and developing and trying to develop new tools. I'm trying to create something to automate. The beginning, I was trying to automate it for my team and myself, actually, for like learning Python and trying to scrape websites and create tasks that things that used to take me like few hours. I used to do it in, I start creating scripts to create them in 5-10 minutes, basically. And then I created a new tool that it's called right now Mymaps SEO Toolbox. My vision is basically create different tools inside that toolbox that automate stuff for agencies and SEOs or freelancers. We'll go into it in a few, but that's and I actually started another tool called Blockstorm. It's an AI content tool. We could go over it, but if you guys check my my website or my Facebook group at Mymaps SEO Toolbox, you'll be able to see all of that. So yeah, that's what I do.
Awesome. Now, what year did you start? Your agency, you said?
My agency, I started like in 2000, actually like 2009 or 10, I started working with the marketing basically. But my agency was registered in 2013 or 14, basically.
Okay, awesome. Now, what do you think has been the biggest transition for you from where you were, let's say, you know, back in the day, even 3-4 years from now to today, like where you're at, your wins, your success? What's been that biggest difference for you?
Transition, I used to do a lot of graphic design and direct mail, and like, you know, everybody needed signs or flyers or menus. It happened that I dealt with a lot of restaurants and small service companies, basically like plumbers and flooring companies, roofing companies. The transition was basically when I found out that everything is going to go basically on Google, and everybody's trying to rank on Google. And that's when I started, and I start selling services on Fiverr too. So that's when the transition happened, basically. I felt like I had to go more in digital marketing, and I focused on it.
Awesome. Has it been a blessing?
Yes, absolutely. Lots of challenging. There's a lot of, you know, up and down, but you gotta keep moving, and as long as you're going up, that's what matters, you know. It's
yes, absolutely.
People think like few of my friends like, oh, you just sit behind a computer and just do work, and I'm like, come on, it's much harder than what you think. It's not physical, but mentally it's a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So
I gotta
how
stop
do
you. I gotta stop you. I'm so sorry, Alfredo. This guy gave you such a humble introduction. It does not even come close. Let me just say two things and I'll let you continue. I don't mean to cut you off. But when it came to ranking GMB, me and my partner at the time, all we would do is would order Rob's gig and we would rank. And then eventually we got so tired of a lot of us got tired of just ordering from him. And we were like, dude, just release your method. We don't want to pay you anymore. We want to learn how to do this. Okay. And for years, people have been begging this guy to come out with a course. And instead, he came out with the tool. So that's why I'm excited. Why probably a lot of other people are excited to hear this presentation. So anyways, just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
awesome? Thank you, Riz. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so again, guys, one thing about GMB, like I love the guests that we have. One, because they're in the trenches, they're doing it, right? They're figuring this out just along with us, and that's why I kind of wanted to get Rob's story. Like, hey, what was the transition? What was it like? And you kind of see like the need and to make our lives easier and to help us grow our agency, and two, to help our clients grow and rank, like Riz says. So as far as the tools, so you're in the trenches, man, I got to get through this faster. You want to scale, and you start developing schema tool, content tool. Why don't you tell us how does that work, and how does where you're at with that today?
In terms of the tools itself, like the features of them, or okay.
If you want to share.
So basically, the Mappack SEO toolbox. To be honest, I start working with all this AI hype. I start creating Blockstorm, and I had a lot of ideas, basically. Reverse engineering the SERP by starting with the keyword and then start building like one of the features on Blockstorm is basically starting with a keyword and then capturing all that people also ask questions, and then creating all this content, creating a content topic cluster around the main keyword and around the topic for the search engine to know about. And that will give you like some of the samples that I did or the demos that I did, it actually start listing those questions or those blogs under that people also ask, which drove a lot of traffic to the website. And then I'm like, I said, before I go full force on Blockstorm, I'm like, let me start with everything that I know in local SEO and create the Mappack as toolbox. And I know because our industry keeps changing, Google updates, and things, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I wanted to do it as a toolbox that I keep adding more tools or deleting tools from it, right? So what works right now in a couple months might not work. So basically that we'll start adding more tools that works for it. So right now, Mappack SEO Toolbox has 4 different features or 4 different tools. One of them is called the Map Magnet, and which basically it deep dive into like the local map results and get you all the data that you need based on like the GMB signals, the website signals, and some off-page signals. So basically give you a lot of data at once, and we'll go over it. I don't know if we're allowed to share the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome to share. Yeah. Okay. I think if that's okay with Henry and Riz and Carlos, what do you guys think?
Of course, of course.
That's what I came here for.
Even I seen his Zoom meeting a couple of days ago.
You saw the Zoom?
Yeah, your recording.
Yes. And what do you think about it?
Oh, it's great. That's why I want you to talk about this again.
Okay. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. So can you guys see my screen or?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Map Magnet is one of, that's basically the one it reads everything on the maps, and it give you, because I actually feel but we all know that there's different signals Some of them are GMB signals, that the ranking factors, and some of them are website. We could say percentage of 25% or 25% for the homepage, 25% for the GMB, and other 25% from off page. So this tool, it gives you all the data at once, and we'll go over it right now. The second one is the auto schema, which is I'm really proud of, because it was coded line by line. Some people think it's an AI, but what it does basically, you just place the place ID, and you put the radius, or the radius that you want to cover, and it will create a technical ultimate local business schema. And we'll go over it in a few. The GeoCircle KML, it's basically when you know, that KML file, I mean, the maps that you see, all the map points on it. There's a lot of debate out there. It works, it doesn't work. I still do it. I think about SEO as a big puzzle, and everything we have to work on it, especially for the local SEO. I focus on the location authority for any test. So anything that helped me with increasing my location authority, I'll do it. Even if that puzzle or that piece of work, maybe like single, if I do it by itself and I test it or it doesn't move, but I always, you know, we look at it as a big puzzle, and I put everything together. So I work on them as well. And we have the fourth tool is the Q&A wizard, which is basically it scrapes your page. You put your URL, and it's going to scrape 3 to 4 pages, sometimes 5 pages, and then create the Q&A. My initial plan for this is to push those Q&A directly to your GMB after it was created. This is an AI AI tool basically, but the API of Google doesn't allow to create questions, but allow you to answer questions. But you still have to copy and paste them. So we could go ahead and show you guys my the map magnet first. You guys interested in the map magnet, or should I start with the auto schema? Which one do you guys think it's most valuable for you?
Please talk both of them. Talk about both of them.
Okay, so first I'm just gonna start with the map magnet. And so when you log in right here, you put the search, the term. So, and I'm just gonna put carpet cleaning as an example. And then right here, the difference about this tool or any other ranking tools, it gives you the results based on the latitude and the longitude that you're gonna put in. So it doesn't give you that grid reports that other tools give, which is great tools out there. But sometimes you really need to see all the details from one point, right? So let me click on Google Maps, and I'm just gonna right click right here, get the latitude and the longitude. And we click on seek, and you shall find. And what it does right now is grabbing all the GMB signals, website signals, and it will show you a table and a grid of all the information. The way sometimes it takes a minute or two, but usually it's pretty fast. Hopefully it doesn't go down, since you know every time you demo something it goes down. All right.
As this is coming up, feel free to drop any questions you may have. You know, you're seeing over the shoulder how this tool works, which we love. You know, this is a big favorite, you know, how you can use this for your own projects.
Correct. Absolutely. So the first one is the results, the table of the results. We could download the Excel file right here. We just added it yesterday. And hopefully this is kind of, you can, I'm not sure if I should zoom more. Is this clear for you guys? You can see. Okay. So right now, from that location that we searched, it's going to give you the top 20 results on the maps, right? It's going to give you the reviews and the proximity distance for each location. And that proximity distance is between the geo coordinates of the location and the search location that we put in when we first put it. So this way, because we all know proximity is #1 ranking factor for GMB, This way, it tells you which ones are ranking better. In this case, we know this guy is 6 miles away and still ranking #1, so they're doing something good, right? And then the second one will be the rating, and then in title, that's basically if the keyword that we chose, is it inside the title or not? And in website, if it's in the URL, and then we have it if it's in the title, in meta title, meta description. Now we got into like the on page or the website signals, basically. If it's in the H1 tag, H2, and then you'll see the main category, subcategory, what kind of subcategories they have. And then we get the latitude, longitude, and we have how many words on the website, the word count on the landing page. And we have the load time and the website. And we have the if the URL expired or not. I like to put it, I put that out there just in case there's any website expired that, you know, you'll see as an SEO, or you could jump on it and buy it or redirect it, whatever strategy that you want to use. And then we have the schema markups right here to show you the schema. So, and this is basically, and there's some visual of the same results right here, show you basically the ranking between the proximity. This show you the proximity visually, and you'll see like #2, #7. This guy, they need, you know, they're losing a lot of spots that they could work on it. And then it give you some proximity and rating graph, and then it give you how many websites have it in the title or the meta title or description. So, and the word count. And the business category, this is 100% of them. 20 of them have one main category. So if there's a website that if your company or your client has a different main category, and that's gonna affect their ranking. And then we have the subcategory for all of them. So what I do as soon as I start work on my client local SEO, I actually try to put all these in this order, because this is basically the order that they are based on the results. And then we have the schema, what kind of type of schemas they have. And this is the average of for the top 10. And in case that you don't want the top 20, this is the average of top 10. It tells you a little bit more information, how many of them have the keyword in the title and stuff like that. Do you guys have any questions about it? What do you think?
No, it's fantastic. One thing that I like is, guys, pay attention to the bomb, the little subtleties that he's dropping. What do I mean by that? You notice he's not separating the website and the GMB. He's looking at both of them. Number two, if you guys are on our Monday GMBs, and William breaks down literally identical everything that Rob is breaking down and comparing and looking at the whole competitors, you know, he's breaking that down. So if you take a look at Wednesday's GMB with William, he shows you how to kind of do this manually. So, you know, pick up those nuggets. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, that's why I tell people stay plugged in and read between the lines. Harry's a big fan of, you know, hey, focus on two, the website and the GMB, guys, focus on the website. So, you know, this is a very good example of, you know, everything that we're talking about.
If I may, because I've played around with the tool a little bit, the best way to look at this, and I wish you would change the name. I wish you would change the name to GMB blood test, because this is basically a blood test or a GMB, right? And you go through it, right? And you get all these different lab levels, just like a blood test. Hey, what's the categories? What's their strength? What's all these different things? Just like a doctor would prescribe a blood test to you, and then he's able to give you a proper diagnosis. All of us GMB experts are in that same house, right? We need to look at these levels before we can create our plan or devise our plan on how we're going to market this GMB to match Google's algorithm. That's my 2 cents.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Best practices, right? Best practices.
I like that. I like that. Basically, like, yeah, blood test. I like that. That's creative. But my main goal on this as well right now is the future plan is right now we have the data, right? I'm going to add more social signals. I mean, sorry, more ranking signals, such as if the keyword, how many right now we're working on how many times is the keyword mentioned inside the reviews for each one, right? That's one of them is going to be out there. And the services, we're going to list the services as well. But the plan is, because I have the data right now, I'm training a model with OpenAI to be able to spit out the report as an action plan for us. Like we have all of this, right? And then if I'm training it based on what's most important in ranking factors of based in the industry and what I think, and then it will spit out an action plan. You need to do this, this, and that. Because I found that, you know, if you have your VA could do this and start working, that will save you a lot of time to be able to create the action plan for each location. Because I feel that every location or every industry or every metropolitan, every area is a little bit different. So you have to read all the signals to be able to rank it. So yeah, so that's the map magnet. If you guys have any questions, please let me know before I jump on the auto schema.
No, I think we're good.
We're good? Awesome. Awesome. Here we go. Auto schema, the fun one, the fun part. All right, so let's say the first thing that you do with auto schema is the place ID. So the way I built it, like every time I go and create schemas, I mean, you know, you have to fill out the form all the time. And I even created an in-house form that they just fill out fill out a small regular form and it will create the schema for you. But you still have to spend the time and create the ultimate schema for you, right? So and I thought about the GMB already have all the information, most of the information of the business, which is the address, the phone number, the hours, the reviews. So why not we connect the GMB with the schema and be able to spit out a really good schemas and edit it. So that for first thing, we just need a place ID. Is there anyone would like a schema? We could, any business I could search right here. I could create a schema right live right now for them.
Let's see, guys.
Anyone have a business would like to get a free schema today?
Harry, Carlos, I know you like these things. Let's see.
I can't hear you, Harry.
Casio Consulting. What do you, let's see here, do you see the
let me see. Yeah, I see right now the chats. As long as it's not a service area business, I could do it.
Okay. Casio Consulting.
Casio Consulting, yes. Okay, searching it. Is it the one in Orlando, Florida? It looks like it. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So I copy the place ID right here. And we'll go to the tool. And what's your coverage area? 5-10 miles? Would be a 10 miles good for you? All right, the Casio, yep. All right, 10 miles is good. So we click on a data and detective activate. I try to make it fun with the wordings and the lingo on here. So right now what it's doing, it's scraping, getting all the information from the GMB, the address, the phone number, and everything else. And the only part that this created an AI, we use an AI with is the business description, because some businesses do not have a description or GMB, and I have to create an AI to be able to, connect the OpenAI to it to be able to create the business description. But everything else is coded line by line. And it has the address, the phone number, and then right here, that's what makes it the geo coordinate, like the geo circle coverage of it. Every city in that 10 miles that we chose, it's going to be listed right here with the Google Map URL of it and the Wikipedia link for it. So all of these are which is going to build your location authority. Again, I focus on location authority in any business. And this will give you a lot of authority on location authority on your schema markup. And then right here, after we finish all the cities, it's going to create, it's actually going to take the category of, why is this different? Let me check. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if you have, this is basically the category on the GMB, and it will list them right here with the ID of the area serviced area. And this is the ID, basically the radius that we chose. It's we actually have the ID of it on top. And then all of these are the categories and subcategories and created as services. So, and then we have, this is the description part I told you guys, created by an AI. So it doesn't give me any error when I generate it. And then we have even the area served. Also, we get all the cities, I mean, all the zip codes are inside that coverage. And we have the geo radius as well. So what that, and then we have the review. So what this does is basically building everything, the ultimate schema, basically listing all the cities, all the zip codes, all the services. So when Google's crawl this, they have all the information they need about your business, what services you have, where do you service them, the cities, and I could validate it. So let's copy right here, and I'm gonna download it so I could send it to the person. Download format. There we go. All right, and I copy it, so I'm just gonna go and validate it. Schema markup validation. Go. Let's use this one. So we run the test. Now you have the local business schema with 0 errors, 0 warnings, and it has everything that you need from the map, the images, the cities, all the cities that in that, and with the link for each city and the Wikipedia for each location as well, for each city. And here we have how, if you notice that this is basically the offer, and this is the service, this is the geo circle, this is in meters, so that's why it's a little bit high, but it's in meters. And then that service is basically on all of these postcodes covered. And then it repeats itself for each service as well.
And then where would you upload this schema? Is this the home page or services page?
In the header page, at the home page, basically. There's multiple ways to upload it. You could, I usually use a plugin to insert a header, basically, and inside the header. And now I'm adding to the service. I understand some businesses have multiple locations, so we could add multiple locations on the same schema, right? Now, if you have more than 10 locations, you have to find a way to upload the schema for each location. But if you have less than that, I think it's one schema is enough. It will give all the information to Google, basically.
Awesome.
Yes. And so yeah, that's the auto schema. And do you guys, what kind of schema do you guys use schema right now or no?
I hope we all do. We better.
I felt like some SEOs, they say they don't use it because it takes a lot of time and to build it. So, and anything I'm going to build with Mapback SEO Toolbox, first priority or value for the user or for my customers is basically time. So all of them is going to have basically the savings. It saves you time. That's the main priority of the tools I use right now. Absolutely. And yeah, so those two. Any questions about the schema? Would love to hear it.
Yeah, so we have a question here. Let me see. Where would you put the business description since it doesn't pull it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably didn't explain it well. It does pull it. It's actually already generated. It doesn't pull it because hold on one second. Let me go right here. So based on, because I already have the name, the address, the phone number, or everything else about the business, I was able to create a description for them, where they're located, what they do, what their experience. So so it doesn't pull it from GMB directly, but it's generated inside the schema.
Got it.
Hopefully that answered your question.
I use organizational, local, and business FAQ. Does this pull all of that?
Right now, this is local business schema only, and the review schema as well. So this is, and I'm gonna add the FAQ to it as well. So on the auto schema, my plan is this is the local business schema, and we're gonna have another windows for FAQ, and maybe I connect them all together. Is just generate it. It's still work in progress. I mean, and it's coded line by line, as I said. So it's a lot of, I mean, right now we had a lot of issue when I first, few weeks ago when I launched it. It was only for US and UK, actually just for the USA. And then I start adding UK, and right now it's worldwide. It works anywhere in the world, basically.
Awesome. That's it for the schema. Now, how does this compare to maybe a different schema tool, Rob?
A different schema tool, it will be basic. If it's automated, it will be basic. If you're gonna fill it out, it's not gonna list. If we're talking technical schema, yeah, there's people who charge thousands of dollars for this, right? And basically creating each city with the Wikipedia and all of that. So I honestly, I didn't see any schema out there give the same results.
Okay, awesome.
Auto schema, unless, correct me guys, if there's anything that's similar, that'd be, you know, would love to know, but I didn't see anything similar to it. You still have to fill it, still have to create it. It's going to take you an hour or more to create them, I guess. And people think that you could do it on ChatGPT, but it's still not easy. You still got to go back and forth a lot to be able to create those schemas.
Now, is this unlimited for you know, if we have 100 or if we have 5 customers?
Great question. Yes, it is unlimited right now. The reason it is unlimited because I built it on a platform, the Streamlit. I wasn't able to to limit it, right? But I honestly thought about it. I'm like, why not? That's why I have a little bit higher price for it. It's $129 a month. But it's include all the tools and the future tools that I'm gonna add to it too as well.
Awesome. Great question, Carlos. That's all the questions so far for the schema part.
Yes, okay. And for the GeoCircle, it's basically, if you guys familiar with that, we just those fancy, beautiful circles out there. So the way I build it is, it's basically you start with the address. I'm just gonna pull one from this one as well, or actually pull one from, here we go. So you put the business address, and then we put the GMB business name. So the business name, this is my business right here, keyword 1. So let's say web design, local SEO services. Those are the keywords that we're gonna put in there. And then we have, all right, so we put 5 different keywords, and we have the business description. All of this is gonna be inside the points, the map points. And then right here, we'll choose how many miles that you want, or how many circles. So in this case, I'm just gonna choose 6 circles with 30 miles. And then you download the KML file. And then you go to the My Map. And then you click on create new maps, import. And you put the KML file and voila, here's the map. Now, this is where, and creating those by itself, it doesn't really help without actually driving traffic to it. What I do, I use Money Robot to embed those to give it more authority. The more views that it have, the better it is. And it doesn't, these are crawled, but they're not, sometimes it's not indexed. So Google crawl them, but sometimes they're not indexed on the SERP. I do have a few of them. It's actually, I think mine right here is still indexed. Let me see it. Usually you don't see those on the maps, on the SERP, I mean. No, I can't see it right now. I saw it yesterday. But that's, I use Money Robot to create more authority for them, embed them in different Web 2.0 backlinks. And then I use an old school strategy, building a GeoCircle XML file, and then putting that KML file inside the XML file, and then put it on the search, upload it to the search console, and then it will be indexed in seconds, basically. So
now that strategy, Rob, do you have that somewhere laid out, or we just got to pay attention right now?
No, we do have, if, let me see, I could, it's this information I honestly share inside whoever signed up for the tool. So
Okay.
I'm trying to give value to the people who sign up more, right? So, but it's actually unlisted video on my YouTube channel. I have it.
You want to drop the channel name? That way we can show you
Oh
some.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 1 second. Let me. So I have a video how to create them, how to edit them, and how to use them on Money Robot, and how to actually do the XML file as well for it. So those are unlisted videos that I share with my.
Awesome. That's awesome. So you get some value with that, some training on top of that, guys. Now, Rob, what is Money Robot?
Money Robot is actually, it's an old tool that built Web 2.0 backlinks. It's, they're not that great links. I use them, I've never used them as tier 1, because in bulk you could create thousands of them in a few minutes. I had it from 2016. And you could, when you build those Web 2.0 backlinks or blogs from Money Robot, you actually create usernames and pages, because it's age location, like niche age. So some blogs I have just for the medical, I have blogs for roofing. So I use those niche blogs to push any tier 2. So let's say when I say tier 2, I never push those, because they kind of weak links sometimes, and you never know what Google will hammer them. So I use them as tier 2, pushing any map links like this one, or embed links, or even citations, business citations, but never to the main website, basically. Yep. So if you guys could, on YouTube, my name is Robbie Rizek on YouTube. That's my channel. It's still early stages, but if you guys could, subscribe, check it. What I try to do is anything that I know about SEO, share it for you guys on in my group on MapPack. I do have the Facebook group as well, which is the MapPack SEO group. The MapPack SEO group. This is where I share most of findings or tests or anything. I do it right here. And I could go over the last one if we have time. It's actually, it doesn't, it's something really quick. It's just the Q&A wizard. So you put your URL, your website. Let's say we have this website right here. You just put the URL, it's gonna scrape 4 or 5 pages, and I'm gonna create the Q&As. Yeah, you could create this manually, but with this one, it's actually, because you're gonna go to each page, copy the text, and go to ChatGPT, get the Q&As. This one, it grabs the meta title, meta description, and then the content itself, and then create those Q&As, which is I like to put them on the blog, copy and paste them on the GMB itself. Maybe we could create the schema Q&A from here as well. And right now it's fetching the data, and it's just going to create the Q&A. This is still working on it. It looks like the first 2 questions is not good. I need to edit it, but I create 3 of them right here for the business. But yeah, this is basically what's Mappack SEO Toolbox. You know, it's first it just give you a big readings of all the signals, and it saves you a lot of time to create your action plan or decide what you want to work on. And the auto schema, it's something like, I know a lot of, if you have an agency and you have multiple customers, this is going to be valuable for you for sure. But if you have one account or one business, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get all this, you know, like I'm planning to have services on Legit. If you have a 1 business or 2 businesses, just you need to create the map magnet, or you need to add the auto schema, you would be able to order them directly from me per piece, basically.
No, you're okay. So Rob, what is your opinion? He's asking about Q&As on the map pack. I'm sorry, that's not John. Mark asked that. And then John's asking, what is the GMB Circle KML? What does that do?
What it does is create your custom map through Mymaps, right? The one this one right here. And the whole purpose of it is Google to crawl it, right? And then because when the Google crawl it and get the information, the map title, I usually use it as the main keyword, and the description would be the meta title. So the map title is what Google gonna crawl as the meta title, and the description will be the meta description right here. And then it will read all the other information inside and it links your website, your GMB inside it. So Google have a link between your GMB and this one. What Riz was saying, and back in the days, I started this in 2017, 18, and it was a magic bullet for it was a really good magic bullet. We used to just create those without doing anything, and boom, it was pushing it to top 3. I used to sell services, money back guarantee. I could put you on the map pack and I get your money back in 30 days. And everybody was like, what the heck are you doing? But that was one of the secrets. It was actually, it used to work really good. Right now, it's just more that piece of the puzzle that I'm telling you, it's just going to build more location authority for you. So it's everything off page. None of the users will see it. It's just doing it for Google to crawl it and to get some more location authority for you. Hopefully that answered your question, Mark.
Let's see here. So John, what is the GMB? Did we answer that already? GMB Circle KML? Yeah, we did. Q&As. Yeah, Q&As, Mark. Definitely you want to put that in the GMB. There's a whole section that you can do frequent asked questions. Those will pop up. And that's it so far for the questions on that section.
We have another question. I see it. No,
Am I not seeing it? Let's see.
Carlos.
Yeah, I wanted to ask this again. What if a client cancels? What happens to the results?
Do you mean cancels with Mappack SEO tools, or because this is basically nothing will happen even if they cancel. If you cancel your subscription with Mappack SEO tools, nothing is linked to us. It's actually give you the data that you're going to upload on your account, and you decide if you want to keep it for your customers or not. But nothing is saved under Mappack SEO toolbox. Everything is will give you the information, you download it, and you use it on your own.
Yeah, so Carlos, this is something that it's a deliverable. You give it to the customer, you put it on their website, you do some of the stuff, you know, on the GMB, and that is theirs. The idea is if you get a ranking, you're doing your job, they're going to stay with you, they're getting phone calls, right? You know, don't sell the, you know, grids. That's just the what we want in theory, but what the customer wants is that phone call, those customers in the door, and more money. You know, if you're doing that for them, they won't cancel. And this is the tool to help you with your agency to get that accomplished. You charge and pay in advance. Okay, good job. So just the community helping each other. Any other questions on the tools, guys, or in this section?
I think maybe we could do some clarification on the Q&A, because I am seeing the questions there. Where does this Q&A go? Does it go on the website? Does it go on the GMB? Maybe we can elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes, sure. I mean, you could, I mean, the reason I put them is to actually put them on the GMB itself. You go to the GMB and you create the questions on here. And let's say Rizik at Chicago. This is all the questions. And by the way, there's a way to get, if you want any of the questions to show here on the SERP first, as highlighted basically, just you need you need 3 accounts to like it, and then it will be on the SERP right here. So, but that's something different right here. So those are the questions right here. You have so you like 3 accounts, 3 different emails, they like an account, that question is gonna be on the SERP. But right here, when you ask the questions, you come right here and you copy and paste all the questions and the answers basically.
Okay. Now read between the lines, guys. He just dropped the bomb on you guys. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. Watch the replay.
Yeah, it's just if you want to highlight one of them.
Does that help, Riz?
It helps in terms of UI and UX design. If you are a roofing company, let's say as an example, and you really want people to know if you accept or what kind of insurance you accept, or can you do the insurance claims for them or something like that, you want it to show first on your knowledge panel. So you do that you do 3 different likes, 3 different accounts on that question. So it doesn't help in the ranking terms, but it helps with if you want to rank the question basically to your knowledge panel. Hopefully did that explain it?
Yeah, so you see a lot of that. Yeah, absolutely. You see a lot of that, especially with the reviews, with the Q&As, and even in your answer, it'll pop up in the search. It'll give you some results. And it'll actually tell you, even in the map package stuff, it'll tell you if it's a review or if it's a question. They have a little icon on there, so they do matter. They do help, in my opinion, like with some activity, right? Like user engagement. And I think all of that is like a puzzle. You're putting it together. There is no one like bullet, guys. William always talked about this. People are trying to find that one bullet. No, it's a puzzle, putting everything together. And this tool just helps you to accelerate so you don't have to spend so much time, right? And again, if you guys watch the beginning of it and you watch what William does on Mondays, it's just that same information, just helping you grab it and compare it.
Exactly.
Yep. What does I don't believe we use it, right, William? Not this one. You're on mute.
What's the question?
Do we use it within our own agency?
Yes, 100%.
Go.
All of our advanced schema is with Rizik's tool. So we just literally, I just taught them. when did me and you talk, Riz?
About 10 days ago, or I think
Yeah,
so.
within the same day, I already taught the staff. So, and we've already placed it on the websites, or started placing it on all the client sites. The one thing, like I told Riz, because one of the things I keep saying, I don't know if it's Riz or Riz. Rob,
Rizik.
I'll call you Rob. I'll call you Rob because
Yeah,
Riz,
Rob.
there's only one Riz. But the thing is, so we implemented that part, but one thing about Rob is, like, he wants to hear from you guys. So if you want to know, hey, there's something I would like to be put into it, let them know. One of the things I love about this thing, which I'm going to be showing all this besides him coming in here, instead of me having to manually audit shit anymore, it just made my life 1,000 times easier. So I ain't got to manually audit shit no more. Besides that, then I was running it, and if you see an error on the tool, which we've had errors where it'd be like hours or something, I screenshot it and send it to Rob. So if you see something, screenshot, send it over here and say, what's up?
Absolutely.
So for one of the things like I seen was, I told him, it says service area based businesses. Do you think we could do that? He's like, well, you gotta have your address. I said, well, we can use latitude and longitude. So maybe pull the latitude and longitude type thing, or have it where we can manually do it, something like that. But right now I've been putting it, if you got an address, it's going on to your website when they're with us. To answer your question, Alfredo.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, some of that stuff William handles on his end, so I wasn't sure on that one. So good question. So we walk the walk, talk the talk, guys. We do use this. So
And I married. No, let me finish it. I forgot to tell you this. So I used it on a sales call. New client. You're recording this. In Eldar's group, someone was saying something about wanting to start a team and this and that. And I just simply friend requested him. I didn't message him or nothing like that. And he reached out to me and wanted to, quote unquote, white label with us, even though he's tried a bunch of different people that do white label. He wants to try us. And he said, show me the schema. This client, well-known person, I'm not going to say any names, but did schema. And he said, can you show me what the schema is? So I went in the schema validator, looked at it, and I was like, yeah, this is like, rank math at best. And then I ran the schema, literally had my VA ran the schema using the tool. They sent it to me. I sent it to him. He said, see, immediately I see all the city names and zip codes and the wicked data and everything in there. I said, yes, sir. And he signed up. He's already signed, I think, 3 new clients with us. He's got about 30 altogether. So we're going to do really good on these first 3.
Awesome.
At least on the first 3, and then we'll do good on the rest of them. But you know what I mean? So the first one, I'm actually doing some topical maps, the schema and stuff. We have our own tool, which everybody's aware of. So they're probably like, why are you using his tool versus your own schema? Because his tool does things that my tool doesn't want to do. So I have an option of we can add in all this other stuff into my tool, or I could just use what's already available. Why not use what's already available? It's smarter to me. So
Thank you, man.
You know,
Thank-
William, you being on here, being the white label agency, maybe you can touch on the point of how Rob's tool is designed in such a way to speed up a lot of stuff. Like, I know with me, I was doing it manually by looking at the competitors and their categories. And the really cool part about Rob is it just spits everything out.
So let me show you, because I actually have in one of the original GME Pros. Let me see if I can find it. I have a template. So it is a template for Schema. And what had happened was, what's his name? Brock Misner came on here, and he taught what he does, right? And I'll show you guys this. So in this schema, mind you, Rob's schema is really, 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 really advanced. But what I'm about to show you is even more so advanced, right? But the thing is, do you really want to manually? I mean, it's so much freaking work. It's like if you're going to scale what we're talking about, basically, if you want to automate, go fast, and scale, you're going to use the tool. If you want to do it manually and spend, my guys, when I trained them, okay, let me just show it to you. Whenever I trained them how to do this,
I'm sure it's about 4 or 5 days, right?
this is a week.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so this is the advanced schema, right? I went through this at one point. I'm not showing it to you, but and I highlighted the aspects that you had to change. So this has all the machine ID, codes, everything in it, the same as we basically keyword stuff the holy schnozzle out of this thing. And this is this is 14 pages of schema. Okay, it even has Brock's name down here. You'll see it. It's Brock. Brock came in here last a couple of years ago, and he had taught this. Okay. Let me see if I got the one other thing in here as well. So the cheat sheet, essentially, whenever I'm doing a cheat sheet and I want to do it manually, if y'all want this, I'll give it to you. If you feel like wasting a week of your time all the time, you need the name. If you want to work on that, when we did schema, so Brock's was 14 at Rank Fortress when we had it. Our schema on average was about 40 pages. So just think about that. That's why we developed the tool that we developed. And I'm telling you that Rob's tool is more advanced than the tool I built that builds about 30 to 40 pages of schema. Okay. You need the name, address, phone number, email, the URL, the client business owner name, credit card payments, hours of operation, the citations, which most people don't put in there. Okay. Because you can put in there. Logo URL, the reviews, if you want to put them in there too, the description, the disambiguous description, the long description, all that, keywords list, long tail, short tail, machine ID, the CID, the Google business site, the machine IDs from Wikidata, and for example, I gave you wikipedia.org wikisync. Latitude longitude plugin is what you're going to need to do it. The CID plugin to do it. You're going to need the MRID plugin to do it. And then there's other websites too. You're going to need the JSON formatter. You're going to need the header footer manager, and then you're going to need the other tool. Have fun.
Now, Rob, we had a question on here. Can we keyword stuff in the tool? Is there a little ninja hack?
Now I'm actually working on connecting when you put your place ID to connect your the Google results, the performance, when you go to the GMB performance and you see the keywords that you're ranking for. I'm trying to get that data inside the schema right now. So what William just said, this is the perfect schema. Yeah, it's a lot of information, and I'm gonna keep adding into it, like the same as he mentioned. So the same as all the citations, I'm gonna add it to it. But there's a lot of tricky stuff trying to scrape and get the data automatically without user to input it there. My goal is just put the place ID and click generate, and it will happen. But we're working on it. Hopefully.
And here's the other thing, okay? FYI, if people are involved, it's going to break. If he puts something in this tool where you can add keywords, I guarantee you, I will bet you money that you're going to put some keywords in it. You're going to say, Rob, it don't work. Because we get that shit all the time, okay? Because you might have missed a space, you might have missed a comma, you might have done something that the damn tool don't like, and then you know it's going to be an issue. So I understand where he gets it, where you're not doing that. So,
True.
and here's the thing. This is what Schema is meant for. Schema is, think of Schema this way. Only way I can put it is layman's terms. Schema is the spotlight that says, hey, Google, you know, my business is, I'm the William Jones Plumbing, Jacksonville, Florida. I've done my citations. I've done my press releases. I have a great website. It's fast. And I got all these backlinks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Got news people talking about me. Here's a spotlight. And then its rankings are going to go bop, 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 bop. Now, same token, you put advanced scheme on a crappy site, it's going to tank the bitch. Because you now just put a spotlight on a terrible, terrible website. They ain't got no citations, ain't got no press release, ain't got no basic structure, ain't got nada. You just put a spotlight on it and Google goes, no, sir. Tank, 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 tank.
Mm-hmm.
So Rob, we're coming up on 60 minutes, guys, and we want to respect everybody's time. And again, I want to make sure that you guys, you know, are able to use it. He does offer a trial, you know, we did over the shoulder demo here, right?
Yes.
You know, how else can we get a hold of you?
Sure. You could get a hold of me on Facebook, because the easiest way is Robbie Rizek. You can find me on Facebook, but I would like to give discount. I talked to William and I asked him I want to give a discount for the beautiful group right here. So I want to give, we agreed on a 10%, but I'm actually going to do a 20% off if you guys decide to use the tool. You put Jones, I'll put it on the screen right here, 1 second. Jones 20 off, and you get 20% off the tool. So right now it's $129, and so that okay, didn't let me. So Jones 20 off. I'm just gonna write it inside the chat. This will be easier. And yes, you could find me on Facebook. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. It's a 1-day free trial right now. If you decided to try it, give it a try, give it a spin, try the multiple tools on there. And if you have questions, reach out to me, and I would love to help, guys. And the actual tool, yeah, it's you could go to Mappack SEO. .streamlit.app. Alfredo just put it in there. Thank you so much, Alfredo. He put the link to the tool itself.
Awesome, guys. So before I let you go, Rob, this is kind of a question that I've been kind of coining with all our guests. A fun fact about Rob that nobody knows.
Fun fact. One, no, but I mean, I love to play soccer, even though I'm really bad at it. So I love soccer, and I watch a lot of games, and you know, I'm into soccer a lot, and I try to play with my friends, and you don't want to see me playing.
Awesome. Great soccer player.
Thank
So
you.
guys, I appreciate everybody's support.
Hello? Oh,
I think Alfredo got frozen.
yes, you did.
Well, I was going to at least mention that your SEO blood test, I know you call it the magnet, you know, that saves me hours and hours of research. So I really like that part about about it.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm actually seriously thinking to change the name now after you.
Because I
Yeah,
would
what-
use that Plepper tool, and Plepper, like I built out a whole process, like
Uh-huh.
SOPs and everything. Use Plepper, find out the category of this competitor, and then go through at least 5 different competitors, and your tool does it for me really quickly. That's I just have to delete those as like they're going to the trash now because we're using your tool, which is so crazy.
That's the main thing is like why most of us want to creating tools is because no one's created the tools. And once the tool's created, why do you need to keep using your own tools, or why do you keep trying to do it manually? I mean, you could do the stuff manually when let's say you get 10 clients.
Yeah.
All right, you can do it. 20, no,
question?
30, no, yeah.
Would you find, because I'm spending a lot of time on that AI action plan based on that tool, would you guys find value with this? Like get the action plan based on the results that you'll see? I mean, based on the data that we have?
I
I would
haven't
say
seen
yes.
it. Yeah, I would definitely say anything that, speeds up the process is going to help.
Great, thank you. Okay, sorry, Mark first. I just saw his comments. He said it's only taken 10% off. Actually, 1 second, I'm gonna fix it right now.
And I'll put this in the in the replay too. Whenever you post it, I'll put Jones 20 off.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to. I just put it on the wrong place. I'm sorry. So
Give me 1 second, taking notes here. There we go. Can you make it 24% off? Lord, y'all better keep your eyes peeled this upcoming week too. I already did the site-wide was it BOGO offer or something, buy one and get one. I'm also got 2 other offers that are going to be coming up this week, and not a soul will be able to touch these offers. Not a soul. You understand? So dropping insane offers this upcoming week. So exchange rate is crazy. All right, let's see.
1 second. I gotta delete the other ones. Get that out real quick. All right, guys, I'm just gonna add an F to the, I can't use the same coupon, sorry, so. So what we're gonna do is, it's the same,
If you can send it to me once we get off this, okay?
so it's right now, Jones 20 off with 3 F.
Jones 20 off with 3 Fs.
Yep, that's the 20% off right now, should work.
Jones 20 off. Okay. All right, guys. I'll be posting this in the it's gonna be posted on YouTube. It's gonna be posted on in the other group, and then it's gonna be posted in the back end of the course. So if y'all want to go to it at a later date and can't find it, go ahead and get it. Jones 20 off. So John says, great, thanks, great information. Like I said, if you want to do it manually, it's up to you. But this tool is gonna speed up your life. I'm gonna be showing how to. I'm gonna be redoing another class. I'm gonna call it, let's say, GMB optimization audit part 2, where we now do it automated. Because like I've shown y'all before, I like to do manual, and I also like to show you using a tool. Because some people, well, I can't afford it, therefore you got to do it manually. Sucks for you, but I like to show you both ways. So I like to be a part of that training. Mark says, awesome. All right, guys, I will talk to you later and see you next time. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Be blessed.
Thank you.